New plan needed.
I'm ready for it.
Welcome back, and in this episode we're building the suspension and drivetrain. Toughies, still my favourite gloves. .330 manual diff, so this is a large case. The drive shafts aren't available and they break at this CV here, so we're replacing them for auto, which is a better construction. It might break cups, but at least the drive shafts and cups are available for an auto. I need the strong Turk. I'm building this one for Drift Missouri, which is a drift weekend, quite a big one. It's in Anglesey, which is the arse end of Wales. You can see the other video of when we went in 2018, I think it was. The link will be about here, I suppose. I did that in a 350Z, that was pretty cool. Yeah, I just like wasting money and building cars, or building cars and wasting money. First job we need to do is throw a drive shaft in this hole to make sure it fits, otherwise new plan needed. So this is an auto drive shaft versus the manual drive shaft. See the difference? I mean, I've got left and right here, which is different anyway, but this one should be stronger. Cool. Let's go and weld a diff. Some people ask me, why do you weld a diff, Luke? Makes it more fun. Why not just put a limited slip diff in? Because the limited slip diffs start at about 600 quid. Obviously it's full of oil. This is what's called an open diff. So that means that the input and the output, so you can, if you imagine that the gearbox is spinning on this end, it will allow one wheel just to spin in the dirt and you'd get stuck. This one's not spinning. When we weld it, for every turn of the input, there will be both wheels spinning on the output. This makes drifting a lot easier. Something to note when welding differentials is you don't want to put too much heat into these bearings, otherwise they just won't last. So between welding, because you need it quite high amperage, because it's thick bits of steel you're welding, and likewise you don't want the weld to fall apart. You take the heat out, but you'll see that in a second. Fun fact for you, the automatic ABS sensors are different to the manuals. If you look up there, that fouls, so that's going to come out. Number 4, copper leather hammer. Copper for when you want to hit it and don't really want to hurt it, and leather for when you really, really don't want to hurt it. So we'll be fitting these gas coilovers. I only need the single adjustment on there because it's a bit finite. It's a bit too much spending the extra for the gas golds. Mind out, I'm just going to throw this in the bin. Something that I found quite challenging as a modification on this is I've put E36 arms onto the E46. The reason why I've used these laser cut arms is because they're 80mm longer than standard 36, and they're about 40mm longer than the standard 46. I had them in the cupboard, they were free. The challenging bit though was making these P bushes fit. So it's the front wishbone, rear arm bushes. Because the 46 mounts that way, 36 mounts that way, they're different diameters, different styles. The 46, if you look down here, has a 23mm hexagon setup that goes into the bush. And these 36s have a 20mm round pin, if you like. So I had to either buy an adapter so I could fit the 36 arms onto the 46 chassis. I did this, they turned up and they were incorrect. I was reasonably pissed because they were quite expensive and took ages to get here. It held the build back a little bit. So after a little bit of research, they did sell some adapters like this, but they were really expensive, and I thought all it is some hex bar that's been drilled out, right, and cut to the right size. So I made my own because I've got my own lathe. We cut the bar to the correct length first, and then we pilot hold it, and then we drilled it out with like an 8mm, and then a 12, then a 15, and then a 20 to finish it off. And you can see the finished result here. So that is the 25mm hex bar with a 20mm hole drilled through it, and all I did was knocked it on. I cleaned it up nicely, knocked it on, and that's fine. This is the Flowflex or whatever polyurethane bush. It's off of a E46 M3, so it's set to one side. That gives us better steering self-center. And to stop these moving, I've just banged a tech screw in the side. That is an acceptable modification to stop it coming out of calibration. Thanks for watching this episode where we tackled the suspension and drivetrain. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe. On the next episode, we tackle the interior.